Hey, it's Joe, and welcome back to Human Influence. I have a parable of the farmer and the seed. There once was a farmer who planted seeds in his field. He watered them diligently every day, ensuring the soil had the right conditions for growth. But after weeks of care, nothing seemed to grow. Frustrated and impatient, he began to doubt himself. Maybe he had done something wrong, or perhaps the seeds were faulty. So one day he dug up the soil to check on the seeds, only to find they had sprouted tiny roots. In his impatience, he had disturbed the growth process, and the seeds never became the plants they were meant to be. The farmer had forgotten one simple truth. Growth often happens where we can't see it. Just because the process and the progress isn't visible doesn't mean it's not happening. The silence, the stillness, the waiting, it's all part of it. Many of us are like that farmer. We plant the seeds of our intentions, water them with effort and hope, and then, when we don't see immediate results, we start doubting. We want to dig up the soil to check on things, to force the growth, to see proof that something is happening. But life doesn't work that way. The silence you feel, the stagnation and disconnect, is the soil. It's the space where the real work is happening, even if you can't see it yet. It's not a punishment, it's a phase, a necessary part of growth. But to understand it, you have to trust it. Trust is the bridge between effort and outcome. It's believing in the process when there's no evidence to back it up. The farmer lost trust in the seeds, and in doing so, he disrupted their growth. Similarly, when we lose trust in life's timing, we can sabotage our own progress. This silence often feels like abandonment, like the universe has gone quiet and left us alone. But what if the silence isn't the absence of connection? What if it's the space you're being given to grow, to recalibrate, to integrate, to shed old patterns that no longer serve you? You see, the silence is a teacher. Think about this. In the noise of synchronicities and mystical experiences, it's easy to feel connected. But the silence, that's when the real test begins. It forces you to ask yourself, can I stay grounded when there's no magic? Can I keep faith when there's no signs? Silence is a teacher, and its lessons are simple but profound. Patience, trust, and surrender. It's a mirror, reflecting back the fears and doubts you've buried beneath the surface. Trust me, it's not here to break you, it's here to prepare you. This is the paradox of growth. Growth doesn't happen in the highs, synchronicities, or the mystical moments. These are just glimpses of what's possible. The real growth happens in the grind, in the silence, the stillness, the moments when you feel stuck and unsure. That's when you're building resilience, trust, and inner strength. But this isn't easy. Spiritual growth isn't linear or predictable. It doesn't come with a manual or a roadmap. It's full of uncertainty. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. A little messy. So when you feel stuck, think of the parable. Trust that the seeds you've planted are taking root, even if you can't see it yet. Trust that the silence isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're in the middle of the process. Growth is happening, just not in the way you expect. But trust doesn't mean doing nothing. It means staying grounded, intentional, and staying open to what's next. It means embracing the silence as part of the journey, not a detour from it. This journey, this silence, this growth, it all comes down to choice. Yes, the ultimate goal may be to transcend duality, to rise above the push and pull of opposing forces. But let's not forget we're human. We're here to experience the messiness of life, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And every one of us has a unique path to walk. No one can tell you which way to go. Not me, not anyone else. The beauty of life is that it's yours to shape. You get to choose what to believe, what to pursue, and what to let go of. You get to decide whether to stay in the darkness or step into the light, whether to cling to the past or embrace the unknown. This isn't about doing it right or following someone else's script. It's about owning your choices, learning from them, and allowing them to shape you. Trusting that whatever path you're on, it's the one that's meant for you. So, you're not abandoned. You're not broken. You're being shaped, molded, prepared for what's next. The silence is part of the rhythm, the pause before the next note. So don't dig up the soil looking for proof. Trust that it's all unfolding exactly as it's meant to. Because the seeds you're planting now, they're going to grow into something extraordinary if you let them. Take it for what it's worth. And here's what I've come to accept. The synchronicities, the mystical experiences, they come in waves. One moment, the universe feels so close you can almost touch it. And the next, it's quiet, it's distant. But I've learned to have faith that those waves will return. That the silence is not the end of the story, but a chapter in it. And when the synchronicities come back, they remind me just how deeply connected we are. To the universe, to each other, to the Creator. So when it feels like nothing is happening, trust the waves. Trust the rhythm. Trust that the magic will find you again. Stay grounded. Stay curious. Stay trusting. Human Influence out.